Dear students, in the last class, we have studied about the moon and constellation. Today we will learn more about constellation. So what are constellation, children? Constellations are the stars which have a particular shape. Imagine if can particular shape or object having group of stars. It is group of stars having particular shape which we will use in our day-to-day life, some object it is. In this regard, in the 8th standard, 3 important constellation which is easy for you to recognize in the late night are given. So, one by one briefly we will study it. First one constellation is Ursa Major. Constellation has different names because which particular area, which country people in ancient time, as I said earlier, they don't have even electricity, right? So at that time, when they get work hard, muscular energy they are using much. So when they lay down in the cool air at night, their only one thing to observe in the nature is the dark night twinkling with the stars. So when they observed this group of stars having, when they imagined it, a particular shape which of the objects which they are using in our day-to-day life, so they try to call it in their own language or in their own way of expression. So in this regard, we have the constellation, same constellation having different names. Here, the Ursa Major, the other name it has got, Big Dipper. Big Dipper, because in ancient time, the people are using the device called, it is like your ladle shape, okay, like a spoon it is, to take the water, drinking water of that shape. It is Big Dipper, or it has got, in India we call it as Saptarshi. Saptarshi. Saptarshi means Sapta Rishi. Rishi means the sages who have much knowledge regarding the Vedas, etc. Much more knowledge about the God, etc. They are called Rishi. So Sapta means in our mythological stories, etc. There are 7 prominent rishis. We call them as Saptarshi. In Kannada, Saptarishi Mandala, we will say in this constellation. In this one, they also call it as Saptarshi or Big Dipper. Another name is Great Bear. Great Bear. So Ursa Major have different names, or other constellations also have different names in different region of the world. Now, how it looks, how many stars it has got? As the name says, Sapta means 7. It is group of 7 bright stars forming the shape of the ladle. Big ladle it is. Big ladle. One star, second star, third, fourth star, fifth star, sixth star, and seventh star. Almost this shape it is. If you imagine the ladle shape we will get. Almost this type shape, like a question mark. Like a question mark it is, or it is like a, you will use the ladle to take the sambar or rasam, that shape it has got, okay. And here this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars, group of 7 stars having this shape. Now this Ursa Major If you see in the summer time, late evenings, if you observe the night sky in the north part of the sky, you will observe this. You can identify this constellation. Now, if you observe daily, the shape of this particular constellation will not change. If any constellation, not only this one, if you observe any constellation daily, you will find slightly they will change their position from east to west. From east to west, they will move similar to your sun due to the rotation of the earth from west to east. But the motion of sun is eminent or properly we can see because sun is much closer. So within day only you can find out the different position of the sun from east to west. But in case of stars, as they are far away from the our earth and daily we are not observing, we may not recognize it. But if you daily night sky, if you observe a particular constellation, it will slowly move from east to west. But the shape of the constellation will not change. That group, whatever it formed, that constellation, it will not change. It will remain in the same distance. But the entire constellation position changes from east to west. Now, what is the speciality of this particular constellation? Now, if you consider this constellation, you can find out, you can use this one to find the pole star, the star which is usually in the north part of the night sky. You can find that particular star which will not change its position at all. That is the pole star. It is not much bright. Average star is this, if you observe it, it is in the northern hemisphere. Now, how to identify that particular star? You can make use of this particular constellation, namely Ursa Major. Now, what you have to do is, these two particular stars, if you extend this to the north direction mentally, at a particular distance, you will meet with another so and so, not much bright as I said, one star you will get it as you move along the north direction along this two stars. If you imagine in the mind, you will get that one particular star, that is the pole star. That is the pole star. And if you observe, it will this constellation continuously daily at night. What you will observe is, pole star will not change its position, it will remain there only whenever you will see. But this constellation, you can see it is revolving. When they change their position from east to west, it looks as if it is revolving around the pole star, the fixed pole star. These stars, the constellation appear to be moving in different positions like around it, circular form. That you can observe. Not only this constellation, other constellation also around the pole star, it appears to be moving, revolving around the pole star from east to west. So that is about the Ursa Major, and people use it to find the direction. Okay. Then next one is Orion. The next constellation. Another prominent constellation is second one is Orion. Second constellation is Orion. Now, what is the speciality? How many stars it has got? It has got 7 to 8 stars. Orion. It has got the name as the Hunter. It is of the shape of Hunter. It has got 3 bright stars, and here 2 stars. It forms like a belt here, and it forms a quadrilateral, and here almost this shape you will have. Okay. Show this one. This side it is. Here almost this type. Here one star, here, 7 to 8. These are much bright. It is like a dress. You can imagine this is the belt of the hunter, and if you see your textbook, they are given with the dotted line. The person's figure is there. This comes here, leg. Here comes head. Here is the hands. Like a hunter form, it looks. This particular, you can imagine like a hunter, and if you imagine like a hunter, this forms like a belt of his dress. Okay, so this is the Orion, and the speciality of this is the brightest star in the sky. We can find out by the help of this constellation. The brightest star in the sky is the Ceres. This is the brightest star. Brightest star in the night sky. Now, how to find this brightest star? Very easy. This 3 belts which will form this particular constellation, these 3 bright stars, you have to imagine a line passing through this one. Along the east direction you have to imagine, along the east direction you have to observe. Along the east direction, if you imagine this one, it will meet one particular bright star. This is the bright star in the east direction, of the sky. Along this 3 belt formed 3 bright stars. If you imagine this line, you will meet with here one bright star, that is the Ceres. That is the this one Ceres. So that is about the one more important constellation, namely Orion. But this will observe during a winter time. Early night, if you observe the sky, you can find this one. But better you observe during winter time. Another one important constellation, third one we were given in a textbook, is Cassiopeia. 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 P-E-I-A, Cassiopeia. In ancient this one, in our mythological stories, it resembles like Draupadi. Draupadi, you know, the character, right? That part it resembles, but it is another mythological, this one, they will name it as Cassiopeia. Now, how it looks, this also in the winter time, early night you can observe this one in the moonless sky. If you want to observe the constellation, it should be moonless sky, because if moon's bright light is there, so that bright light cannot help us to recognize it. You can see the stars, but if there is no moon in the sky, then easily you can find a constellation. You can recognize or you can identify the constellations. Okay, and during winter time in the north region of the sky, you can find this one, Cassiopeia. It is very easy. It looks like letter M or W also, you can imagine. Little distorted, not exactly that shape, little bit its shape is distorted, but it almost resembles like letter M or W. So how it looks? It almost looks like if you this one, if you join it, you may think it as like W or M. See, like a so like you may see like this a W or like a M. That way you can imagine. In the north region of the sky you have to see this particular constellation. It is called Cassiopeia. Okay, so these are the few important constellations for the children to recognize. You can find it. All these constellations, they will not change their shape. Not only 3, it is almost 88 constellations. You can divide the stars into groups of 88 constellations. Each one have their own mythological stories, what it is, and particular name is given. And these 3 are very easy to identify by you children, student. So they are given in your textbook. Ursa Major, second one is which one? Orion, and third one is Cassiopeia. This all will maintain their shape. All the constellation, they appear to be revolved around the pole star, forming a circle in the direction of east to west. But actually, if you see through the telescope, they have contain much dim stars, more than 8 to 7 stars. Their number of stars which form this group is more. Dim stars also present, but for our naked eye, if we just see through the eyes, we can see only these bright stars. Actually, much stars are there in that group. Okay, so telescope is that device which will use to see the celestial objects. It will appear to be clear and much bigger it looks if we see through the telescope. Okay, so that is about the constellations. Next we have to learn about the solar system, our solar system. What is solar system, children? The name only says solar. Solar means it is related to sun. Solar system. Solar system is a system where sun has given the central position. Sun is at the central position of the system. Revolving around the sun, we have planets, 8 planets, their satellites, and we have in between the planets we have asteroids, belt of asteroids, different size, shape, rocks it is. Then we have comets, rarely they will appear in the sky. What about it, we'll learn later. And the meteors, the falling star you will say, no, that all are the member of our solar system. Sun is at the central of this one, this particular system, and all other things, the planets, satellites, the asteroids or the comets, they appear, they are revolving around the sun, and that is forms the our solar system. Sun compared to in our solar system, the size of the sun is much huge, very big, and due to its huge mass, its gravity means a force which will attract the object towards itself, that is called gravitational force. Sun's gravitational force able to make the planet or asteroid, satellites to revolve, especially the planets. It make the planets to revolve around the sun within a particular path, which we call it as orbit. So if you consider the sun here at the central part, which is very big structure, and around the sun in a different distances, we have the path of the other planets. It may be Mercury, Venus, Earth, etc. There are 8 planets, and they are revolving, they are not stationary, they are revolving around the sun, because it will have much, it has the much gravitational force. By that force, it will make it to move in a circular path. Otherwise, the planet will move as if to anywhere without control in the space, right? But actually, they won't move anywhere, only they will revolve around the sun, and in a particular path, position or distance, and that path is called orbit. Okay, and when the planets revolve around the sun, at the same time they will rotate around their axis also. They are rotating, along with that rotation they will revolve around the sun. And here the satellites are those which will revolve around the planet. So if you have the planet here, around the planet here or here, around the planet some small structures, we call it as satellites, they will revolve. Sometimes we will launch the satellites which will revolve around the earth. They are artificial satellite, okay. And we have asteroids. These are the few important members of our solar system. Actually in earlier times 9 planets are considered the member of the solar system, but in 2006 a special criteria is given for consideration of the planet. In these norms, the last planet Pluto, which will not fit into the planet, whatever characteristic planet should have, it won't fit into this one. So now it is considered as 8 planets only in our solar system, excluding Pluto, namely Mercury, Venus, then Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, and here when they will move around this one sun, particular time they will take, and that time is called the year of the, we will call it as year. Year is nothing but when that particular earth planet will move around the sun, it is 1 year, 365 days on the earth, but different planet will take a different time to revolve around the earth. And they are given, children, more about the each planet and how they will rotate, what is their speciality, we will learn in the next class. So today what you have to do is open your textbook in a page number 222. They are given the Saptarishi Mandala, how it appears, and the other constellations along with the Orion, the Cassiopeia, and the Leo. One more constellation, Leo, they are given, and how to identify the pole star, or how the constellation will revolve. The Saptarshi revolve around the pole star. They are given in the page number 223. You will just go through that. 224, and the solar system. Solar system, they are given the pictures along with in a systematic manner of the there's 8 planets. That one you go through it, and if possible, if you get any pictures or related to the space, you collect it and paste it in some old rough book. So whenever you have, sometimes you'll get in paper or magazine, the pictures related or information related to the space, celestial objects. So here and there collect it and paste it, it form a very beautiful album. Okay, so that is also one very good hobby. So that and read the textbook also. Read the textbook. In the next class, we will learn each planet starting from Mercury to Neptune, the 8 planets. We will study one by one what is their particular characteristics. Okay, thank you, children.